Four-game winning streak, we'll certainly take it. When you get to February, they don't say how, they say how many. So we're certainly not going to give it back to them, but we tried. Everybody knows what the elephant in the room is, 22 turnovers in your own building. Fortunate to escape. I thought, if you look at the other statistical categories, we out-rebound them by 18. So, again, some of the possessions that we're giving them allow us to overcome some of that. We made some foul shots. Neither team really got to the foul line very much, and we made enough timely shots to survive, and that's really all it is. That's all it was. Gets us 4 in a row, though. Snaps their 4-game winning streak, so we'll certainly take it.
Everyone except for Bud had a turnover, but it seemed that it was
Very astute.
Jelly and Eric were the only ones that were kind of
15.
15 between.
You can say it. I'll say it.
What were they able to do to kind of do that to the front or backcourt there?
Ooh, they were just running and jumping, and when you commit 2 to the ball, we don't do it as much in the full court anymore. We were doing it a lot, and then it just became kind of unproductive for us, especially when Jelly was out, because we were trying to make sure Eric, our only lead guard, was in the game. So we haven't done it as much. Trying to tighten up our half-court D, which I thought was pretty tight for about 20 minutes. Second half, they just started dicing us up, and our ball screen coverage was bad, and they made us pay. They were moving the ball and hitting shots. But all they were doing really was they were just extending, and they were running and jumping. We'd throw it in. It's man-to-man. They come at a different angle, and everybody steps up. And they took the ball from us in one-on-one situations. We stepped out of bounds. It was just a comedy of errors. And 15 out of what we all thought was, legit. And you just can't have that. Again, fortunate. Jelly with a big 3 in the corner. Trey with a huge tip. And then we were able to secure that last stop.
Offensively in the second half, what were they doing offensively different than
Really nothing. We let Denver Jones, who's a really good player. I don't think Jelly has played enough to qualify. So Denver Jones is leading the league in scoring at about 21 a game, and he got 22 tonight, and he had 29 on us the first time. And he was a non-factor early when we had spurted that thing. We got it up to 19. We were up 19 with 5 to go in the half. And we had a defensive error and left him open. And if you remember, he knocked down a 3 opposite our bench. Then he followed it up with a 2. Then he got to the foul line and got himself going. That's what scorers need. They see that thing go in the basket. And all of a sudden, in the second half, he started controlling the game.
In a game that was this close, how big is free throw shooting? You guys were 12 of 16. You happy with that take from the line? Yeah,
it's huge. Anytime you're at 75%, we're a little under that. We're 4th in the nation in free throws made, so we get there a good bit tonight. I didn't think we got there as much. I thought their defense, they were really committing pressure to the ball, whether it be in the full court or the half court, off our ball screen stuff, and they were getting their hands on balls. We couldn't get it through the initial line. Once we got it through the initial line, we had a lot of points in the paint, especially early. Second half, they were deflecting, stealing, we're dribbling off our foot, And again, we lead this game for 35 minutes and 36 seconds. We led the one in Miami 36 minutes. So we've been ahead a majority of the game. We certainly didn't close the one in Miami a few weeks back, but we were able to close this one.
You talked about Trey's tip at the end, how big that was.
Huge.
A couple of dunks leading into that in the second half. Did you guys make a concerted effort to try to get the ball down to him?
I try hard to get it to him, but again, when you're throwing it to that other team, it's hard. I mean, we had turnovers are one thing, okay, 3 seconds, offensive fouls, those type things. These were steals. They stole the ball from us 14 times, and when it's a steal, it's like a pick 6. You're going to be in the broken floor, and they were making plays.
Is Tony becoming that defensive igniter because he's got that Quan Jackson dog in him?
Well, he's got a lot of energy. I thought he was flying around making plays. We need. Our perimeter defense with certain lineups has been a problem. It's been a problem all year, and now it's come back and it's a problem again. So we have to have Tony and Tave and even L.A. Brewer. I thought L.A. helped us early, late. We were a little bit step slow. Give FIU credit, man. Those kids play hard, man. I think they've done. I think Jeremy's done a terrific job with his team.
How big is it that you win a game? These are the games when you had a little
Yeah.
skid there. These are games you lost.
That's right.
But even though it wasn't pretty, even though there's a lot to teach,
Yep.
you're walking away with a win.
That's right. And 4 in a row, so it keeps us some momentum. And we only have 2 more home games. and we've already given up 2, which is something that's inexcusable if you're trying to compete for a championship. And those 2 have probably put us in a position now where it's about seeding and trying to make a run in Frisco. So you got to protect your home floor. I thought our crowd was good again. We had good energy. And again, our guys hung in there. It's certainly not good for my blood pressure, but I do think it's good to be in those stressful situations where Jelly's really not playing that well, Eric's not playing that well. We're searching for somebody to step up. Somebody needs to make a play, and whether it be an effort play like Trey made, just getting his hand on a ball, a controlled tip from about 6 feet, certainly not the easiest thing to do. We needed that. We needed that break to continue this streak.
Jennings really become that kind of a third big for you guys. Just, talk about what he's been able to kind of do this last couple of days, 'cause he's so strong going to the basket.
Yeah, he was 4 for 5, and he missed that one bunny. Should have been 5 for 5. Got into some foul trouble, but he's a good low post scorer. Between him and Trey out of that 5 spot, because I don't play them together. Just defensively, it would put them in a disadvantage. But together, they go for 23 points and 15 rebounds. That's a pretty good night at the 5.
With a second and a half left, you guys are inbounding on your own baseline. You call a timeout. What are you drawing up in this situation? Different coaches have different philosophies.
Yeah, we was trying to get the ball in bounds. We were trying to we had a clear out, and then we're just trying to cut to the ball. We're just trying to, make sure. I didn't want to foul. I thought you were going to ask. At the end, we're up by 3. I call timeout. 9 seconds to play. A lot of guys, do you foul? Do you not foul? With my group, just being honest, I don't really trust the judgment as to when you're supposed to give it. We probably should work on it more, but I just don't trust it. So we were switching everything. Kid had a hard shot. Luckily, from my angle, I could tell immediately it was offline. Ends up shooting an air ball, I believe, so we gained possession. Then it's just all about getting the ball in bounds. Thank you.
It's top 1 right now, man. I focused on the day, but it was huge for us, man. I was kind of getting PTSD from the last game with the same thing happening, man. So I'm really happy we got it done.
You guys were losing a lot of games close early in the year, and
Yeah.
now it feels like luck is kind of, or effort, whatever you want to call it, you make your own luck in this league, has kind of been on your side. Do you feel like your effort and then you guys hit a low spot and then you guys rebounded and played some of your best basketball right now?
Definitely. To be honest, no. I'm going to say we're not playing our best basketball yet. We're still making a lot of mistakes, a lot of mental errors, but we're making less errors, which helps us win games.
Kind of walk us through that tip, though. I mean, I know you ran the clock down. I mean, kind of what was your?
To be honest with you, I want to try to tip it in. I was trying to tip it to my left hand and grab it, but the goal is we work on it, tip it to the rim, and practice makes perfect, man, and winning the rim.
So you were trying to tip it to just get control.
Trying to
run
get control,
the time?
run the time, you know what I'm saying? But we practice, you know what I'm saying, tip ins, and muscle memory kicked in.
With these guys, obviously the first time you played them there was a similar kind of thing. How big of a relief is it when the clock hits 0 and you're ahead against these guys?
It's major, man. They're a scrappy team. Like, they never give up. You punch them 3-4 times, they keep coming. That makes them a great team. But it felt great, man. We needed that dub to sleep good tonight.
The turnovers, obviously was a big thing tonight.
Yeah.
How frustrating is it tonight when you as a team when you're turning it over, and going forward, what do you do with that?
It's extremely frustrating, man. But like again, we all make mistakes. I miss a lot of hook shots I shouldn't have missed. But we all have our errors, so we just give grace and move on. But on Monday, we have to sit down and watch film. Say, hey, what are we doing wrong? So you have to adjust. But during the game, you have to just kind of not focus on it. Because if you focus on the last play, you'll stay on the last play. So we tell EG and Jelly, hey, move on, keep playing. It's gonna work out.
JD had a good game. He's stringing up together some good performances.
Who?
What's he
I'm
been-
sorry?
Davis.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
Playing really good at the end of these games. I think he was 4 for 5, almost hit a 5 for 5 night if he made that bunny at the end.
Yeah.
Can you talk about what he's been like in practice and how you've seen him improve?
He's an amazing player. He's a better scorer than me. I tell anybody that in the world. And he makes me better. The reason I'm playing so good this year is I have to guard him each and every day. He's been phenomenal, man. When he's on point, he's doing his thing.
You guys, together your numbers, 23 and 15 tonight, and some few blocks and different things too. But how much easier does that make it on you when there's, and him too, when there's 2 of you that they're doing that?
Oh, so much easier, man. I had 4 fouls at one point. I never got worried about the front court. I said, well, JD's going to go in and do his thing. So it lets me sleep better at night, and in the game not stress as much because I know my backup is amazing.